to the show, my friends. If you live around Puget Sound, you know there is a lot of light rail tracks under construction right now. The line from Seattle to Bellevue was originally supposed to be open this year, but because of construction defects, everything's just delayed now. So here with an update is Seattle Times transportation reporter Mike Lindblom. Thank you for being with us.
Good morning.
So I think a lot of folks just don't even know how to keep track of what's happening. So that's why we're grateful to have you. Let's start with ST2, the line between Seattle and Bellevue. What's going on?
Okay, so it was approved by a sales tax increase in the 2008 ballot measure and was supposed to be done around 2020, but they took 3 years to argue over the route alignment. At the time of construction, it was supposed to be done by mid-2023, and in fact, they were ahead of schedule by months.
Yeah.
And then there were defects in the track supports on the I-90 floating bridge that set them way back.
Uh-oh.
So now they're thinking about starting a Bellevue-only line next year, but if they do that, then it becomes harder to open the Linwood line in the middle of 2024, as it's supposed to do.
Ay, ay, ay. So it's just kind of like literally a domino effect with this situation here.
Yeah, it's a conundrum. The Sound Transit Board has been told by a professional engineer who's their deputy CEO that the Linwood line can be delayed 3 to 6 months. But they're trying to buy some time, do some more studies, and figure out how to satisfy everybody.
Okay.
The problem is that if they open Linwood without Bellevue, the trains can go only once every 8 minutes, so there's worries about crowding.
Yeah.
And on top of that, in 2024, the state is supposed to repave 2 lanes of I-5, which creates a big crunch, more need for the light rail to Linwood, but also more fears of crowding.
Oh my gosh. So it's starting to really pile up. Let's talk about ST3. Can you tell us what it is and how it's drawn a lot of scrutiny?
Well, ST3 is possibly the largest local transit tax and package ever in the United States, and it was $54 billion on the 2016 ballot. The full finance plan to do Sound Transit 1, 2, and 3 have a network of 112 or so miles of light rail, extension all over the place, $142 billion. So ST3, they've spent 7 years in planning, and they're getting closer to a Seattle route, but there's a huge dilemma in Chinatown where Chinatown International District, they've gone almost back to the drawing board, considering totally new ideas, such as putting a big double station at Pioneer Square instead of building in the Chinatown International District.
And why is that?
That is because there's been a community upswell against the idea of having either construction in the district that causes dust and noise, or having construction on 4th Avenue next to the stadiums that sends a bunch of diverted traffic into the neighborhood.
Oh, wow. So either way, we're going to have more traffic and more disruption. What about the rest of the proposed ST3 from Ballard to West Seattle? That line, we just can't wait for that.
Well, West Seattle is starting to settle into an alignment that people seem to accept. There's one problem with it, that the route would put elevated trackway through an area called transitional resources. It provides housing for people to go from homelessness into permanent housing. It has behavioral health services.
Wow.
You hardly hear about it, but the neighbors have gone to testify in support of not moving or condemning any of it to build trackway. But one of the track alignments goes in that area. So they have to find some way around that. And then what you would get is a combination of elevated tracks in the Delridge area and then a short tunnel into Alaska Junction.
Okay, got it. All right. I want to ask you something. On the positive side, we have there's a new CEO, Julie Tim from Virginia, who is a real advocate for riders. How has the reaction to her been so far?
Very positive. She started in September and spent her first several weeks just doing nothing but riding transit all across the 3 counties, going to meetings, doing work from her laptop at coffee houses and from the bus. That's really necessary to have the CEO out there seeing the conditions. And one effect that you'll see in 2023 is that the downtown stations start to improve. No major projects, but there's already an effort underway to do more cleaning. A big security contract is going to be signed soon. Julie Tim has talked about wanting to put bomb-proof garbage cans in the
Oh, that's
in the tunnel. There's garbage cans are hard to find.
Yeah.
There are some other ideas that may come up soon about reusing some vacant spaces. She's open to the idea of having cafe and snack stands in there sometime. That's not going to happen right away, but she's looking for ways to do that. One very small thing that's a good clue is that a week or two ago they replaced some broken tile on the entrance to West Lake Station. It was just broken floor tiles sitting there.
Just there.
Just sitting there, broken floor tiles, but those have been replaced.
So they're paying attention.
They're starting to jump on the little things more.
Okay.
And the escalator problem,
Yes.
there were only two out of 14 out of 16 escalators worked last week at West Lake Station, which is the best performance in maybe 4 years or longer.
That is good news.
And they've got a repair contractor that you can find in there every day working.
Good.
It's not where they want to be, but they're working on it and making small steps to improve the downtown stations.
That's good. Before I let you go, we don't have much time left, but I just want to say, when I moved here 8 years ago actually, people said, oh, the public transit, that's where we're lacking. Do you see Seattle as one day being one of the best in the nation in public transit?
To be the best, Seattle's going to need a thriving downtown. It's not just a matter of how the agencies perform. Northgate Station is the #1 station right now. It's because University of Washington is booming, and its staff and students are using transit. It's 12,000 people a day board there. They're going some downtown, but airport. But that UW Roosevelt Northgate new line that opened in October of 21 is doing really well.
So it depends on so many factors. Thank you so much for taking the time to give us an update. We really appreciate it. And thank you for all the work you do and informing all of Seattle.
Thank you, Amity. Have a great day.
Yeah.